Hey everybody, Corey. God, I just thought of something today and I got to get it out there for you because it really was an eye-opener for me today. Just came to the realization, kind of came to, sort of an awakening on what it means to be free. Like, what is freedom? And to me, freedom is, number one, a feeling you feel, in your spirit, your mind, your body, and your soul. So you feel it, and also freedom is just like a state of being. It's a awareness. Anyways, a cop came up on my tail really fast, so it kind of threw me off. Anyways, it's a feeling and a state of mind. So I got to thinking, well, how come I'm feeling free today? I have a sense of freedom. And why? Why is that? Well, I think it has to do more with the fact that I'm not doing certain things. Like, it has more to do with the things that I'm not doing than the things that I am doing. And so the same goes for you too, probably. Because if you think about it, who are some of the freest people in the world? Some of the freest people in the world are actually locked up in prison or have been locked in prison camps. You hear all kind of stories about people, and from these Nazi concentration camps, World War I, World War II prisoners that have experienced enormous senses of mental, emotional, and spiritual freedom in the worst time of their lives. So really, it's got to be a state of mind in a state of awareness, or an attitude that we possess. And also, to go back to the things that it has to do with not doing things. Like, for me, there's things that I can do that are detrimental to the freedom that I already have, that I already possess. So I look at it as something we already possess right here within us, the true freedom in our spirit, in our soul, in our mind, in our bodies. But when I do things that are not conducive to my well-being, it robs me of my joy and my freedom. So things like, for me, it would be smoking cigarettes. Maybe it is for you. For me, like chewing tobacco, drinking alcohol, any kind of drug I'm taking to medicate myself to get out of my problems just makes it worse. We all know this, right? Those are all joy killers and freedom killers. Maybe I'm not getting enough sleep, enough rest. Maybe I'm putting myself around the wrong kind of people or toxic people. Maybe I'm making poor choices at work or just in my diet. I'm overeating, or I'm eating too much sugar. Those are all things that can just throw your mental state way off. Sugar is bad. Too much caffeine, too much nicotine. I would say those are like the big three. If you're doing those outside of drinking and drugging, if you're doing those things, you got to stop. Otherwise, you'll never be free. I promise you that. You will not find freedom if you're living in addiction. But I think the big three for us today that are the biggest freedom stealers for me, that rob us of our energy, our sense of peace and joy, and our overall well-being. And I can just tell when I smoke a cigarette, my mental state lowers just like 5 notches on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm just, boom. Loss of energy, loss of positive mental state, loss of good feelings, anxiety's increased, fear increases, low self-worth and low self-esteem creep in. I don't like who I am. I don't like what I'm doing. Same thing goes for chewing. I think there's probably hundreds more chemicals inside of chewing tobacco than there is even cigarettes. That stuff will make me feel really bad, but those are just things that I do that are freedom killers. I'm trying to quit. The longer I go, I notice if I go 2 hours almost by the stopwatch or by the clock without smoking, without chewing, my spirit's lifted. I feel a sense of freedom and a lift in my soul. Positive energy starts flowing again. Why do I go out and do these things again? I think we're in control of our freedom. You are too. You're in control of your own freedom. It's right here. And it's more about what you're doing that takes away from your freedom or robs you of your freedom, because that's already right there inside of you. All you got to do is stop, snuffing out your candle with all these little things. But the big three, like nicotine, caffeine, and sugars, those are all energy robbers. Anything that robs your energy just destroys your spirit and your positive outlook on life. So anyways, if this video is helping you and you're resonating with me, I want to vibe with you and I want to connect with you and let you know that if you're experiencing these things too, it's really true that these big three that I mentioned, among some other things, can rob you of your joy and your freedom. And I just want to be free, and I'm sure you want to feel free, and you're searching in your soul, what can you do? The reason I want to make such a big deal out of these big three, they may seem little because they're legal, and I think that's why the devil likes it that way. I think the devil's made like three of the worst, deadliest drugs available to man and made them so mainstream and easy to use, and everybody's on them like 24/7. If you think about it, you're constantly putting in sugar and caffeine. Most people are, and then the other half of us are doing all three: caffeine, sugar, nicotine. It just drains our souls and our bodies of its precious energy and the lifeblood out of us. So I would encourage you, if you're really struggling to find freedom in your life, why don't you cut out those three things, or just cut down on them? I'm not saying cut them out, because I know what it's like, right? It's hard to not do these things, but try to go like 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, or maybe half a day, and just get like little chunks of freedom, and then you'll start to realize, ooh, that feels good. Okay, if this video's helped you, give it a thumbs up, smash my subscribe button on my channel, Rapitronics, and share a video with somebody. Share this video with somebody if you think it'll help them. And reach out to me in the comments, give me some feedback. I'd love to help you out and encourage you. That's kind of my motive in life. And not only that, by helping someone else, I help myself. And when I go back and watch my own videos on things like this, it reconfirms why I'm saying what I'm saying, because it's true. So it's just as much for me as it is for you, and I hope it helps you out, and I hope you have a great day. Smash that subscribe button, that like button, and throw me some feedback in the comments. Share this video, and have a great day. Peace.